On a moonless dark night, four friends, Emma, Jake, Sarah, and Mike, ventured into the abandoned Ebonwood Forest in search of adventure and thrill. The legend surrounding the place was particularly chilling. It was said that lost souls haunted anyone who dared to enter. The group, armed with flashlights and bravado, initially exchanged nervous jokes to keep their spirits high. As they progressed deeper into the forest, the atmosphere began to shift from playful to eerily silent. A strange, unshakable feeling began to creep over them, as though invisible eyes were watching. Mysterious shadows flickered among the trees under the scarce beam of their flashlights, leaving them unnerved. The night seemed to grow darker, swallowing their courage whole. They soon stumbled upon peculiar markings on the trees, vivid carvings that glowed faintly under the moonless sky. Emma knelt down to examine an ancient-looking inscription. Just as she touched it, a faint whisper fluttered through the air like a ghostly breeze. "Did you hear that?" Sarah's voice trembled, her eyes darting around in the darkness. They found an abandoned campsite shortly after, with a half-collapsed tent, scattered belongings, and an extinguished campfire whose ashes seemed impossibly cold. Panic slowly began to set in as they discovered that all means of communication with the outside world were cut off. Their phones had no signal, and their compasses spun wildly in circles. The air grew colder, each breath forming visible puffs in the chilling air. As they delved deeper, unnatural phenomena began to occur.
Tonight I'm taking you on a spine-chilling journey through a place known only to a few, the Darkness Forest. If you're into creepy tales, buckle up because this one's going to get intense. So there's this forest hidden away in a small town that's almost forgotten by time. The locals call it the Darkness Forest, and for good reason. Legends say that once you step into this forest after sunset, you're never the same again. Some say it's haunted, others believe it's cursed. Either way, the stories are enough to send shivers down your spine. The tale begins with a group of friends, just like you and me, looking for an adventure on a cool autumn night. They'd heard whispers about the forest, and being the thrill-seekers they were, decided to check it out. Armed with nothing but flashlights and their courage, they ventured in. As they walked deeper, the trees seemed to close in on them. The air grew colder, and an eerie silence enveloped the group. Suddenly they heard a rustling noise, like something or someone was following them. They brushed it off as an animal, but the uneasy feeling persisted. Hours passed, and the deeper they went, the stranger things became. Their flashlights flickered, and they started seeing shadows darting between the trees. Whispers echoed around them, but there was no one in sight. Panic began to set in. One of the friends, Alex, claimed he saw a figure standing at the edge of their light, a tall, dark silhouette that vanished the moment he tried to focus on it. They decided it was time to head back, but the path seemed different, twisted, like the forest itself was trying to trap them. As they hurriedly made their way back, they realized they were going in circles. The forest was alive, playing tricks on their minds. Desperation set in when they stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin. With no other choice, they took refuge inside. Inside the cabin, they found old, dusty relics and strange symbols carved into the walls. It felt like the air was vibrating with dark energy. That's when they heard it, a low, guttural growl coming from the shadows. They were not alone. The friends never spoke of what they saw next, but they managed to escape the forest by dawn. They left town soon after, never to return. And the Darkness Forest? It still stands, waiting for its next visitors. So, if you ever find yourself near that small town, remember the tale of the Darkness Forest. And maybe, just maybe, think twice before you venture in after dark. Stay safe and sleep tight. Welcome, horror fans, ready to step into the unknown? Today, we're diving deep into the heart of darkness, into a place where even the bravest souls hesitate to venture. Welcome to the Horror Forest. Picture this tall, gnarled trees, their twisted branches reaching out like skeletal hands. The dense canopy blocks out the sunlight, casting eerie shadows that dance in the dim light. Every rustle of leaves, every distant howl sends shivers down your spine. Legend has it this forest is cursed. Many who dared to enter were never seen again. Their whispers still echo through the trees. Some speak of ghostly apparitions, others of malevolent spirits that roam the woods at night. The locals won't go near it. They say it's a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. The stories they tell are enough to make your blood run cold. One tale speaks of a haunted cabin hidden deep within. Those who find it are said to be lured by a mysterious light, but once inside, they're never able to leave. If you're brave enough to enter, you might hear the faint sound of footsteps behind you or catch a glimpse of a shadow that vanishes as quickly as it appeared. The air grows colder, and the feeling of being watched is inescapable. So why do people still go there? It's the thrill of the unknown, the allure of a place so shrouded in mystery and fear. But remember, not all who wander are lost. Some are just never found. If you ever find yourself at the edge of the horror forest, ask yourself, are you ready to face your deepest fears? Enter if you dare, but be warned, not everyone makes it out. Until next time, stay safe and keep the lights on.
It's a crisp, cold night, and you find yourself alone in the heart of an ancient forest. The moon hangs high, casting ghostly shadows through the dense canopy above. Your breath fogs in front of you as you walk, the crunch of leaves underfoot the only sound, until it isn't. You hear it first. A distant rustling, like something or someone is moving through the underbrush. You stop, heart pounding, straining to see through the darkness. But the shadows seem to close in around you, swallowing up any light. Just as you convince yourself it's nothing, you hear it again. Closer this time. Your pulse quickens and every instinct screams at you to run. But you're frozen in place. Then out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of movement. A flash of white. You turn quickly, but there's nothing there. Only the whispering trees and the feeling that you're not alone. You push forward, trying to shake off the fear, but the forest seems to grow darker with every step. Suddenly, a low, chilling wail echoes through the night, sending shivers down your spine. You've heard stories of this place, tales of spirits and lost souls that wander these woods, but you never really believed them, until now. Panic sets in and you start to run, branches clawing at your clothes and face. The wailing grows louder, more insistent, and you realize with a cold, sinking feeling that it's following you. Desperation fuels your legs as you sprint through the darkness, praying for a way out. Just when you think you can't go any further, you stumble into a small clearing. The moonlight illuminates an old, crumbling cabin in the center. It seems like salvation, but something about it feels wrong, very wrong. Still, you have no choice. You need to hide. You push open the creaking door and step inside, closing it behind you. The air is thick with dust and decay, and the floorboards groan under your weight. You find a corner to crouch in, trying to calm your racing heart. But then, you hear it. The slow, deliberate footsteps approaching the cabin. Your breath catches and you realize you're not alone. The door creaks open and a figure steps inside. You can't see its face, but you feel its eyes on you. The wailing has stopped, replaced by an eerie silence that presses in on you from all sides. You hold your breath, praying it doesn't find you, but deep down you know. There's no escaping what lurks in the shadows of this forest, and as the figure moves closer, you realize this night is far from over. Will you survive until dawn? Thanks for watching, and remember that some places are better left unexplored. Stay safe out there.